welcome to my North Knit Corner, episode 68. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway. Here I live with my husband, our 3 boys and our Jack Russell Terrier called Mukka. Here in my knitting chair I usually sit and knit and have the time of my life, and every other week I come here to share my knitting, what I have on my needles, and I love to do so, and I hope that you are ready to find your craft and sit down and chat for a little while with me. I have information about everything I talk about in the description box below this episode, and I have timestamps on the episode, so it's easy for you to skip the parts you don't want to listen to and skip back if there's something you missed. Welcome if you have been there before. I appreciate you so much that you want to come back, and welcome if you are here for the first time. I hope you will enjoy your time together with me. My first FO is what I'm wearing, and it's the Reveries tee by Hanna Lubben Herb Garden Knitwear. And I've knitted this in the most wonderful yarn from a Norwegian hand dyer called CTE Garn. And it's in the base Snob Medium. And it's 50% merino, 50% silk, and it's so soft and so nice. So I really enjoyed the yarn so much, and I love this color. I think it's so beautiful. The color is called Ranunkel, and I bought this yarn a couple of weeks ago when I was at the yarn festival, and I was standing for several minutes and watching the different colors. There were so many beautiful colors. There were greens and blues in different shades, which I couldn't decide, and then I suddenly saw this color and I just, yes, that's the one. So I'm so happy with this, and I definitely want to knit more of this yarn. It's just incredible, comfortable, and so nice to knit with as well. I think it's going to peel because it's so soft, but I just have to depeel it, and that's okay. And I'm also so happy with this top. The pattern was great. It's very easy. It's a lot of stockinette, but then you have these beautiful details at the neckline, at the sleeves, and also on the bottom of the tee, on the hem. So I will stand up so you can see. I love this little detail. It's a very small, cute little cable, and then the eyelets. And I think it's very easy, but it's very classic. And I think you can use this both for dressing up, but also on a casual summer day. So yeah, you can use it for a dress like I'm doing now, or for a skirt, or just for jeans or shorts. So so happy with this, and really enjoyed knitting it. And it was nice to have this little detail here, and then you had a lot of stockinette. It's always nice to have a project with only stockinette knitting to bring around with you. What else can I say? It's knitted top down. Yay! It weighs only 157 grams, so I used under 2 skeins of this yarn. I have 3 skeins, so I still have almost 1.5 skein left, so I need to find something nice to knit with that. But I could probably get another one of these out of the rest of the yarn, but I could absolutely have more of this, but not in the same color. So we'll see what the beautiful yarn I have left will become. If you have any suggestions with some nice patterns that only use 150 grams of yarn, a little bit less, then please let me know. I have knitted the size 5 in this pattern on 2.5 and 3 millimeter needles, US 1.5 and 2.5. So this is a 10 out of 10. Both the color and the fit is perfect, and I'm just so pleased with how this turned out. My next and last FO today is of course a pair of socks, and it's pair number 14 for the year for me. And it's a pattern I was so lucky to get to try out from Paula Milne. It's called Mountains and Valleys Socks. And I knitted this in a beautiful sock set that I received in Advent swap last year. And I will try to pronounce the dyer's name, but I'm sorry, I'm going to say this so wrong. I'll do my best. It's from Katjenschen Yarns, and it's a BFL sock set, and the sock set is called Apple Blossom. So it's this fun pink speckled yarn and this beautiful little mini that was like in a plum color for that I've used for the heel and the toe. And this was a really enjoyable pair to knit. I think the structure is really nice, and I think that it was perfect for a fun sock set like this. So I highly recommend the pattern. It's available on Ravelry, and yeah, it's a perfect little pair of socks for a fun sock set. So I knitted these on 2.25 millimeter needles, US 1. I knitted the size 1, and they weigh 60 grams. I have a bad case of cast-on-itis. I want to cast on everything. I am buzzing because I'm so eager to cast on all the things, and I have cast on quite a bit. But we can start with the 2 FOs that you have seen before if you have been here earlier and watched earlier episodes. The first one is the Hiraeth sweater by Herka Knitwear. I have knit a little bit on it, and I want to show you the progress, so I'm not going to talk too much about this sweater, but I just want to show you I have worked on it. So this is the back, but this is where my progress keeper is, so you can see how much I have knitted since my last episode. So it's a few centimeters, I would say. So I am just bringing this when I am a passenger in the car, which I'm often because my husband always drives if we are going somewhere together. Yeah, so then this is like a little bit of car knitting and social knitting. Otherwise, I don't really knit on this because it's a woolly sweater, and I don't need a woolly sweater right now. Although today I could have used a woolly sweater because it's like fall again today here. So I'm actually sitting under a blanket because it's quite cold to only have this short t-shirt on, and I'm wearing a dress as well, so it's quite... But I'm knitting in Drops Fiesta, which is a DK sock yarn. And what I realized is I think I don't have enough yarn. I can't understand it because I was sure I had ordered enough, but I have this left, and I have only 2 more balls left of this main color. So I'm nervous because there is quite a bit left of the body to knit, and then both sleeves as well. So I'm not sure what to do. Maybe I should just try and knit the sleeves now. and see what I have left after I'm done with them. Maybe I should do that. But I don't think I have enough. I don't think one ball of yarn is enough for a whole sleeve, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is. Because I'm also going to knit this again on the end of the sleeves, I think. Yeah, so we'll see if I have enough. If not, I have to order, and then I probably won't get the same dye lot. But then maybe I can use it for the hem or for the ribbings. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I have enough, but I am afraid I don't. The next whip that you've maybe seen before if you've been here is the Dagmar jacket that I'm knitting for my mother-in-law for her birthday, which is in the end of July, so I have some time still. It's the Dagmar jacket, did I say that? By Petiteknit. And I've done quite a big bit of progress, I would say. I'm knitting in Sandnes Kos in the color 1021 light gray. I'm not saying, I didn't say the color numbers for the Hiraeth sweater, but I will have it, my Ravelry project page is linked below, and I will of course share that with you when I'm done with it. But Sandnes Kos, it's a alpaca, wool and nylon blend, so it's very fluffy and soft. So I was a little bit afraid that the cables and everything wouldn't show, but actually it does. I think it looks nice. Let me try and show this to you in a better way. This is the back piece. So as you can see, I'm knitted from the progress keeper and down. So I'm done with the first part of the back piece, and also I picked up for the right shoulder. So I have done everything on that side as well now. And now I am going to pick up for the left one and knit that one to the same length, and then I think I'm going to connect it so I can start knitting back and forth for the whole jacket. Yeah, I think it looks okay. I'm having fun knitting this. I thought maybe this would be a little bit of a tougher project because there's so many things happening, a lot of cables and everything, but actually I'm enjoying it, and it's very easy to read the knitting, so I don't have any trouble understanding where I am in the charts, and yeah, and I start to understand the different cables and how they are worked. So yeah, really having fun. So all of this I did yesterday because I was just in the zone. Highly enjoying this project, and actually I thought it would be very hard, as I said, but I have knitted the Moby sweater as well for my husband, and that is actually harder, I think. I had more trouble with that and getting to understand everything of the different cables and everything that was happening. So I think this is easier. So I hope this is going to be a great sweater jacket for my mother-in-law. I hope she will like it. Now I think the rest are new cast-ons. We can start with the socks because I have a pair of socks on my needles. I have picked a new note from my jar. I have a jar full of notes with all my sock patterns from my Ravelry library to make me knit all of them, because I have so many beautiful patterns there that I want to knit them this year, or try to knit as many as possible at least. So the note I picked this time was the note where it said Winter Frost Socks by This Handmade Life. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I'm knitting them in scraps from, it's a hand dyer called Saffron Socks. She only knits one of a kinds colorways. And yeah, so this is scraps from another project that I knitted. So now I'm using them up in this pair of socks, and I'm knitting the socks 2 at a time. So there's a lot of yarn going on here. So I try to show you the socks as best I can, and my needle is it's not a good needle. So it's so curly. Yeah. Let's see. So you have this nice lace on the side of the sock. And you have it on the other side here. So you will get it on the outside of each foot. That's very, very nice. And then you have this heel flap and gusset. And I think this is called Eye of Partridge heel. Which I think is a very nice heel. I took a little bit of pop of color on the cuff. And I think it's so nice because then you take it and then it comes back in the heel, which I think is very nice. Yeah, so I'm done with all the decreasing on the gusset, and now I can just knit and knit until I want to start my toe. So this is the yarn I have left. So I tried to weigh them so I could, because I wanted the leg of the sock to be as long as possible, but when I had knitted all of this, I didn't dare to knit more because I need something for the leg as well, or for the foot. So yeah, we'll see how far it goes, what size it's going to be, and if it's not for me, it's going to be a gift, and then I'm going to use this for the toe again, I think, if I don't have enough of this. So that's my pair number 15, and this time I think it's only one size in this pattern. I'm not sure, but I think so. And this time I'm trying to knit with 2mm needles US 0. I usually knit on 2.25mm needles, but I am a loose knitter, so I decided to try 2mm needles this time and see if I can get a little bit of a tighter gauge, because I feel that when the gauge is too loose on the socks, they get holes faster. So since I'm a hard wearer on my socks, I try to knit on 2mm needles this time and see if it makes a difference, and I think it does, at least on the gauge. But these needles are not good needles. As you can see, they are very curly, so I might consider buying some Chai-gu needles in 2mm to use for my fingering weight socks from now on. We'll see. So that's my socks for this episode. Then I cast on the Zinnie top by Audrey Borrego. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I think that is a very cool looking top. Gives me a very like retro vibes, or vintage maybe vibes. This is knitted in scraps, so I didn't have all the colors in the world to choose from, since I wanted to choose from scraps. So I'm a little bit unsure of the colors, but I decided to go for it. So sometimes I really like it, sometimes I'm not sure, but I'm thinking this is a free pattern. The yarn is scraps from other projects that I wear and I use. So the scraps that I have are just laying around. They've been in my boxes here for a few years. So even if this is a top that I don't end up wearing, it doesn't really matter, because it didn't cost me anything other than time, which is okay, because I'm enjoying this knit so much. So, but maybe I will end up wearing it and it's even better. So we'll see. But here is my start. It's knitted bottom up, which I don't really like, but what do you do? What do you do when you want something? You do it. Here it is. So there's a split in the side, so it's longer in the back and shorter in the front. So you start with the ribbing, knitting the ribbing for the back and forth. It's a twisted rib, and then you do the same for the front, and then you connect them together and start the pattern. The yarn that I'm using is scraps, like I say, so it's all different types of yarn. This is Tynn Line from Sandnes Garn. It's a discontinued colorway. It's 2553. I think it's a brown color. I'm knitting with 2 strands of this, because this is a fingering weight, and the top is knitted in DK. So I'm knitting with 2 strands of this together, and Tynn Line is a blend of, let me see, 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 40% linen. And then I'm knitting with Dale Lerke, which is these 2 colors. This one is 8106 sea green, 8153 pink. Dale Lerke is 50%. Let me check, so I don't say anything wrong. 53% merino and 47% Egyptian cotton. So they are 2 different kinds of yarn, but I think it goes well together. So far so good. But again, a little bit unsure on the colors, but I see it in my viewfinder here and I kind of like them, I think, right now, and we'll see. Last Saturday I was eating candy and knitting on this, and my candy matched the colors here. So I think I have a picture, maybe I can show you. So that was kind of fun. Small joys. What size am I knitting? I'm knitting size 3. This is going to have a lot of positive ease, 15 to 30 centimeters of positive ease. So I chose the size 3. I can't remember how much ease that is going to give me, but I thought that was an okay size, I guess. And it looks like it's going to be fine. So I am knitting away on this as well and having fun with it. I am taking my time, you know. I think it goes slow when I knit from the bottom up, but and then when I come to the front and back, I have to knit them flat separately, but I'm sure it will be fine. Then I'm knitting on a test knit for Anniina Juuti Knits, Anniina Juuti, and it's her beautiful Lotus Lake scarf. And I am so happy to be a part of the test knit, and I am knitting it in a yarn that I've dyed myself. It's 80% wool, 20% nylon. And it's a very pastely color. It's some yellow, some purple, some pinks. Yeah. And I think there's some speckles of blue in here as well. But I haven't seen one yet. So this is how far I have come. I'm knitting on 3.5mm needles US 4. So it's this very nice ribbed pattern, and then it's going to be this very beautiful lace detail on the edge, which I'm looking forward to trying out. But so far so good. I am enjoying this very much, and I really like the color. I was worried about using a variegated yarn like this, but and not a solid color, but I think it's going to be nice. So that is the Lotus Lake scarf, and that I also enjoy very much. It has a I-cord edge also that you knit as you go. My next cast on I blame on one of you viewers because I released a Dream Summer Knit episode last week, and a viewer commented and really made me want to cast on the Lacey loop top, which I had planned to cast on but not yet. But I wrote back and said that the viewer really made me want to cast on that top right away, or that tee right away. But I said I shouldn't. I have so many things and I need to finish something first. And then the person replied that new cast on never hurts anybody. And I thought that is very true. I mean, it's my knitting. I cast on if I want to, as Ruth in Ruth Loves to Knit usually says. And that's true. I'm not hurting anybody by casting on, and I really wanted to, so I did. I cast on the Lacey loop tee by Other Loops. I had the yarn ready from Erica Knight in the Gossypium Cotton Tweed. Color number 1. I don't know if it has a name, but number 1. And I cast on this wonderful top, and this is another top that I'm having so much fun with. Here it is. So you start knitting the back with short rows, and then you pick up for the shoulders, each shoulder separately, and then you connect the shoulders, knit front and knit back and forth on the front, and then you connect back and front together, and then it's only knitting for quite some time, but it's a very fun little eyelet pattern, and this garter rows, and it's a dropped shoulder, which is a construction I really like. So this is going to be such a great top. I can feel it. I am looking forward to having this done. I am knitting the size 2 on needles 3.5 and 4mm needles US 4 and 6. And yeah, I'm loving this whip so much. I'm saying that I enjoy and love every whip this episode, I feel, but it's true. I'm having so much fun with all my cast-ons, and yeah, they all. I have a cast-on for each mood I'm in. Sometimes I need this with a lot of lace or a lot of eyelet and garter stitches, and sometimes I need cables, and sometimes I just need stockinette. Sometimes I need sock knitting, so something for all the moods. Yeah, but it's fun. But this is a knit that's both fun, but I also really want to have it done because I'm eager to wear it. So yeah, and I'm enjoying the yarn very, very much, which I am surprised about, because cotton, this is 96% cotton, I think, and 4% polyamide. Yeah, or polyester. Maybe that's the same. I have no idea. So cotton is often very hard, I think, and dry. But this is not dry. This is it's like very moisture, or it's, yeah, very moist. Is that a word? Not dry at all. It's very enjoyable to knit with, and it's like hand cream, I think. That sounds weird. But very soft and not dry at all. So that's good too. So I really want to knit more with this yarn. But I'm not sure they have this in Norway. I bought this yarn in Denmark, and then I needed more to knit this, so I ordered 3 more balls of it from another place that I don't think they are in Norway. I'm not sure really, but you can get it online anyway. But I'm not sure that you can buy it in a physical store here. Yeah, but anyway, I want to knit more of this. So since I had to buy 3 more balls, I do have 2 different dye lots, but now I am alternating 2 skeins here for the body, and I think it goes very nice. I don't think it looks bad. I can't see any difference in it anyway. So hopefully that will go good, go nice. My last cast on, I cast on last night. I am hosting a knit along. It's for Scrappy blankets, and the hashtag is in Norwegian. It's called Resteteppe-samstrikk 2024 or 24. I'm not sure. I will have it on the screen here. And the FO thread is in my Norwegian Ravelry group. There's no such thing as a Norwegian Ravelry group, but I have 2 groups, one for my Norwegian podcast and one for my English one. But it's in the group for the Norwegian podcast. But you are so welcome to join. I will link to the FO thread below here, so it's easy for you to get to that if you want to participate. The knit along goes whole year, so you have a long time to join, and if it's already on the needles, that's okay. And if it's a very old whip, that's okay too. It's just to finish the Scrappy blanket within this year, and there will be some prizes drawn in the beginning of the year next year. But back to my cast on, which is of course a new Scrappy blanket. I didn't need it because I do have 2 Scrappy blankets already, 1 crochet, 1 knitting, and I also am knitting on we have a square relay, as I call it, for the Norwegian podcasters, knitting podcasters, and every month there's a new knitting podcaster designing a square that you can knit. It's free on Ravelry, and I'm also going to design, or I have designed a square, but I haven't had, I don't know what month I'm going to do yet, probably not until next year, but yeah, so I'm knitting this square blanket with Rauma finull, and there is enough yarn in one 50-gram ball of finull for 2 squares, but then I am left with 10 to 12 grams of scraps, which I have here. So these are the scraps that I can't get a square out of anymore, and I wanted to try and knit another scrappy blanket out of them because I want to use all my yarn. So I'm just knitting a mitered square blanket, and I just started yesterday. So this is how far I have come. So they are not big mitered squares like these are, but I think they are very cute. And I think it's going to be a nice blanket, and I don't know how big it's going to be, but we'll see. I have weaved in my ends already, but I don't cut them until I have washed the blanket. Yes, so I cast on 14 stitches, then I have 1 middle stitch, and then 14 stitches. So 29 stitches to get this size, and I'm knitting on, what is this? I think it's 2.5 millimeter needles. Pretty sure. Yes, so that is something that I'm going to knit on from time to time. Now I have knitted all the colors that I had scraps in already, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep on knitting all of those colors here, either this way or just go up and continue here later to just have like a bulk of all these colors in one place and then get another bulk of colors, or if I'm going to wait until I have more colors and then spread the colors out in the blanket. I'm not sure. I really want to knit this up and just be done with it. At the same time, I'm not sure if that's going to be okay in this blanket, but at the same time, it's going to be a scrappy blanket. So should I really care too much? Maybe I just should knit up all those colors and then it can be what it is. I'm not sure. What do you think? So that is a not a last minute cast on. Well, it kind of is. I started it yesterday on a whim, so not that I needed another scrappy blanket, but it's not something that I need to finish anytime soon. So, and I like to knit up my yarn. So join in the scrappy blanket along if you want to. As I said, I have linked to my Ravelry page below. So you are very welcome to join if you want to. That was all my whips. I thought I had more, but I guess it's good that I don't have more than I already do. Now I definitely will try to finish something before I cast on something more, but like I said, I do have a bad case of cast-on-itis. My fingers are itching to cast on more, and I have so many dream knits in my head. I really, really want to start all the things, but I hope I'm not alone. Maybe you feel the same. And last week I released an episode all about my dream summer knits, and thank you so much for the love that you gave that episode. It's been watched so much, and it's my most watched episode through all those years that I've had this podcast. So thank you. I don't know how that happened, but I am very, very grateful. And if you're a new subscriber through that episode, I hope that you will like to follow me along here on my knitting journey. So I do have many thoughts and plans, so if you haven't watched that episode yet, I will link it under here and maybe up here, so you can see some of my summer dream knits there. I have cast on 2 of them already, so I'm excited about that. And in that episode, I said that I really wanted to gift one of you one of the patterns, either from that episode or another pattern that you are eager to knit this summer. It doesn't have to be a summer knit, of course, but if maybe you are in some place in the world that it's going into winter, so whatever pattern you would like, a single pattern, please. And I have drawn a winner with a random comment picker, and then the random comment picker chose Jutta from Germany, which has the name Juuti 8896. I will have it on the screen here. Congratulations. Please contact me on Ravelry, which my Ravelry is also linked here below, and tell me what pattern you want, and I will gift that to you. Yes. Before I go, I would like to recommend another podcast for you. I really enjoy recommending podcasts because I think it's important that we lift each other up and share the love. So I really want to highlight or recommend a new podcast. Fairly new. She only has 4 episodes out so far, but I watched them all and really enjoy them. It's the podcast Joy Knits, and it's Audrey. She's a young, very nice woman who is from the States, I think. I might be wrong, but I think so. And I really enjoyed watching her podcast. She has so many beautiful knits on her needles, and she has a really cute new kitten, Max, that does an appearance from time to time, and he's really, really cute. So take a look at Joy Knits. I can really recommend her podcast. Okay, now I think I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this episode, I would love a thumbs up, and always love to read your comments. So leave a comment if you would like. Tell me what you're doing, what you're knitting on. Maybe you have some summer plans as well. So I would love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. That helps me share my joy for knitting to more people. And I love to talk about my knitting. I really do. Thank you again so much for being here. Take care of yourself and the people around you, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye, friends.